My name is Wayne Thalasinos, TMCMSS, Torpedoman Master Chief. When I left Bang, I reported aboard another submarine, USS Tusk, and I served on her for, I only stayed there about 6 or 8 months. She was known as kind of a hard luck boat. And on Tusk, we were run over by the USS Independence, which was an aircraft carrier. At the time, I was told it was the USS Independence was the largest ship in the world over any ships, and we were in the Mediterranean at the time, coming up to periscope depth. We were simulating, pretending to be the enemy, and we were going to simulate an attack on the Independence. And sonar conditions were off. We had excellent people on the sonar gear, but the sound conditions were off, and we were tracking her, but everything was opposite, everything 180 out, and we did get hit by her, ran over our bow, drove us down, and it was a pretty harrowing experience till we regained depth control, and she wasn't aware that she had even hit us, so we were shooting red flares out of both torpedo rooms to signal her that that had happened, because she slowed and assisted as much as she could, but we regained depth control and finally surfaced. Probably that was an hour period. And that was one of my memorable experiences aboard Tusk. I was on watch in the fore torpedo room at the time. I was a second-class torpedoman, and as I said, we were coming up to periscope depth, and when we got hit, the deck just dropped out from under me. Everybody in the compartment was asleep except myself and the sonarman. The sonar shack, as it was called, was on the port side of the fore torpedo room. The sonarman was on watch in there, and I was on watch in the fore torpedo room. So I heard the screws of the Independence through his sonar gear without having any headphones on. So he knew there was a problem, I knew there was a problem about to happen, and it happened, and because you immediately seal off your compartment, put pressure in it, which I did, and meanwhile the other people in the torpedo room were sleeping. It was a sleeping compartment, and they were getting up at the time, and then as we regained depth control, then the captain came up and we bled off the pressure and let him into the torpedo room. And he was thinking that perhaps just the turbulence of the Independence propellers pushing water down felt like we got hit. And I was convinced, no, we got hit because the deck just dropped out from under me, and you could hear it was right above my head. And once we got on the surface, everything was hunky-dory. We patched it up to look good, and eventually came back to America.